to the ball at about the 2. Single setback, 3 running backs in there now with Wayne Peace. 2nd down and 20. Peace. Far sideline. Intended for Larry Brodsky, but overthrown. Brodsky had a hand on the ball, but couldn't control it. Wayne Peace, a little disappointed, looking at his left hand in disbelief. Garcia Lane, the only starter out there right now for the Philadelphia Stars defensively, number 47, was over on the coverage.
And he had good coverage. In the backfield now is a rookie out of Duke, Joel Blunk. 6 foot, 195 pounder. This is his first opportunity to, get an opportunity to play.
I'll tell you, this Stars defense was also very strong against the pass this year. In fact, they were number 2 in the league against the pass. Up front, they really can come at you with an excellent pass rush. Now, their secondary is quite young when you look at guys like Garcia Lane, Mike Lush, Antonio Gibson, Jonathan Sutton, the only veteran in their starting defensive backfield, but they really cover well. Now, 3rd down play, 3rd down and 20.
Oh, we don't care. You're out, Larry.
Here, Coach Steve Spurrier on the sideline.
Okay.
Talking to Larry Brodsky and Jim Fitzpatrick. Both coming off the field.
Probably got to go out there now and Randy possibly count the players.
Yeah, 2, 3 now. All right. Yeah, we'll take a penalty. You can't put 2 hands up? I know it was high.
Now that is
Steve. But you can't put 2 up. I don't want you to play. The shoulder's that bad. I don't want you to play. You shouldn't be out here. Okay?
I think he's talking to Larry Brodsky, who injured his shoulder midway through the season. And one thing the coaches really don't want to do, Vic, either Jim Mora or Steve Spurrier, is risk any injury in this game this afternoon.
Well, that's one of the reasons that he was asking Larry if he could get both arms up. And, it sounded like he was kind of climbing his case a little bit there. But basically, he was trying to say, look, if you can't get both arms up and play the game solid all the way, please get out of there. Don't play. We don't want to get you hurt.
All right, now Wayne Peace has come to the sidelines. And we're going to take a break and be right back with more action of the 2nd quarter, live from Wembley Stadium in London. Here on Channel 44. Stay with us. That was the 2-minute warning, and as soon as the clock starts, we'll be approaching halftime here at Wembley Stadium. 14-7, Tampa Bay leads in what has been an exciting game, an interesting game, and we've certainly seen a couple of pages out of Steve Spurrier's playbook on the other side of the field this afternoon, Vic.
We have seen that, and Jim Moore, I believe, is like Patton and Rommel. I've read your book.
All right, Peace will go to the air. 3rd and long. He finds Wilfred Morgan on the far side of the field. Pass is complete on the left sideline to Morgan. Shy of the 1st down, however, as Morgan goes out at the 17. So that'll bring up a punting situation for the Bandits.
Morgan, I tell you what, just does a great job in setting up this play. But look at that break going over there. He's got tight coverage by Garcia Lane and Wayne Peace on the money. Was that beautiful to watch, E.T.?
Yeah, that was a deep out route, and Wayne put it right on the money.
So the punting unit comes onto the field for Tampa Bay, led by Zenon Andrusichin, that gentleman, number 9, who was named at the end of the season the USFL Special Teams Player of the Year. Mr. Double Duty for Tampa Bay. You know, his ability to do both punt and place kick opens up an extra spot on that roster. It makes him extremely valuable to a coach like Steve Spurrier. Garcia Lane is set to return. The former Ohio State Buckeye watches the ball bounce at the 45. It takes a bandit bounce back to midfield, scooped up by one of the Stars, one of the up men, who is dropped at the Tampa Bay 47-yard line. Doug Bedoin over there to make the stop, and it was Mark McCants who found the ball bouncing into his arms after it had hit the ground behind him. Now the Stars will have an opportunity, Vic, to get something going here, and perhaps we might have a tie game going into the locker room.
Good pass, Bill. They're going to bring in a new quarterback right now, Fred Hessen out of Lamar Tech. Young rookie out there, just set all kinds of passing records in Lamar Tech in the Southern Conference.
You know, that Southland Conference is the same conference that produced Bobby Hebert, ace quarterback for the Michigan Panthers. Very competitive conference. Brian Thomas and Jeff Rodenberger are the setbacks. Pass is tipped. Well, getting his hand on it first was Bandit linebacker Tony Office. And another Bandit, it looks like it was Warren Hanna. Doug Bedoin almost came up with the interception.
Yeah, Tony Office had a beautiful drop on this play here and got right on the line of vision of Hessen. And Hessen released the ball. Good extension there, and I believe that was number 20 came out. Warren Hanna almost had the interception. So 2 passes in and out by the Bandits on interceptions.
I tell you what, Hanna doesn't drop many of them. He had 5 to lead the team during the regular season. Second down and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Bandits. Fred Hessen at quarterback. As time floats the pass out, in and out of the hands of Jeff Rodenberger, the former Maryland Terrapin star. Rodenberger saw limited duty this year, Vic. He only carried the ball 15 times, but when you're playing behind guys like Kelvin Bryant and Alan Harbin, you just don't get a chance to see a lot of playing time.
It does get difficult. Unfortunately, Rodenberg that time just took his eyes off it. Tried to run too soon. Even if that had ET.
A couple of times.
Right.
Now, keep in mind that inside the 2-minute mark, in both halves, the clock will stop as it does during a regular game. In fact, every time you get a first down inside the 2-minute mark, they will stop the clock to move the chains. And, of course, on an incomplete pass like that. This pass is complete to Victor Harrison. They have a first down at the Tampa Bay 25-yard line. Fred Hessen has got a pretty impressive arm.
There's a very strong arm on that there. Harrison going down. And the Bandits are basically in his own coverage. You're on the AT, and he's just going to take it down, extend that zone out, and then all of a sudden when Hessen throws the ball, that's when he hooks it up. That's exactly what he did.
And that's Doug Bedoin knocking the pins out from under him. First down for the Stars. Hessen sets up. Tried to get back up through a hole that had opened up momentarily in the middle of the line. It was closed quickly. And sealing it off inside was Ron Simmons, big number 74, the former Florida State Seminole.
Tell you what, I think the offensive line and defensive line have a little pack going out there. Look, we ain't going to rush too hard, so don't worry about it. But they all forgot to tell the quarterback there, and look, you try to scramble, we're going to get you.
As you can see, we have a timeout on the field as Hessen will come over to chat with head coach Jim Mora and his offensive coordinator. Sun is getting low here in London. We know back in Tampa Bay, it's about 1:40 in the afternoon. And we are 5 hours past that here in London. So we're looking at 6:40 and just a beautiful evening for this American football game. Of course, this is the second American football game ever to be played at Wembley. Last year, the St. Louis Cardinals and Minnesota Vikings squared off in an NFL contest here on this same field. You know, these games, USFL games, are televised pretty regularly over here to the United Kingdom. And there are a lot of American football fans, as evidenced by the crowd on hand here this afternoon.
Well, it's a very impressive crowd for, you know, a beautiful afternoon. And the people here in London just come out in force. You know, this is a very interesting stadium in a lot of different ways. We're going to talk about that at halftime.
All right, second down facing the Philadelphia Stars. Second down at the 27-yard line of the Bandits. Hessen flips the ball out to Brian Thomas. He cannot find the handle. Hessen with his hands on his hips. Mike Dupree, the rookie from Florida, was over on the coverage. Take a look at Brian Thomas. Let's go down to the field to Peter Scowcroft, who has Irv Eatman with him. Peter?
Well, Irv, what is it about this great American bowl game and all this armor you've got on? Tell us about it.
Well, it's actually a very physical sport, and you do a lot of banging around in there, and you need this equipment to protect you, really.
But is it just because of the strength and the power of the other guys, or what?
Well, I think so. When you got guys with that massive size banging into each other, you need something to protect their bodies, and that's what all this equipment is for.
How about having a go at English rugby?
Well, I don't think I can handle that because you're not protected enough. I don't think I'm that tough.
What do you think about playing here at Wembley?
I think it's been terrific. I had a great time since I've been in London. I think London's a beautiful city, and it's a great place to play football.
Okay, well, I tell you got away more than twice than I do, so I won't even take you on. Irv, fantastic. Good talking with you. Nice to have you here.
Thank you,
let's
Peter.
go back upstairs.
Irv Eatman, 6'6", 270. It's Peter Scowcroft, about 5'8", and maybe half that, as he said. That pass was incomplete. It was intended for Willie Collier. David Trout is in to attempt a field goal from 44 yards out. They'll spot it at the 34-yard line. The holder is Timmy Reardon. Here's Trout's kick. And it is off to the left. Wide to the left side. No good. So the Bandits will have a 14-7 lead with just under a minute remaining here in the first half. By the way, the coverage on that intended pass to Willie Collier was provided by Warren Hanna. And once again, Warren came very close to getting an interception in the corner.
Well, I think coming close and dropping the ball is probably more likely. We can say E.T. That's number 2 today for him. We're going to have to talk to him.
Yeah, I think the lapse of time of not playing has kind of hurt his hands a little bit.
Well, that last field goal attempt looked like a little mistake on Tim Reardon's part getting the ball down, so Trout did not get a chance to really extend that leg.
Joel Blunk is in now as one of the Bandit running backs. Ricky Williams floats out of the right side. This is Williams with a reception from Peace at about the 35-yard line. Pickup of around 7 or 8 on the play for Mike Johnson. The rookie out of Virginia Tech wraps him up. And the Bandits want to call a timeout with 43 seconds remaining here in the first half. Joel Blunk, number 45, they call him the Singing Bandit. Eric, I guess maybe you've heard Joel at practice or maybe in team meetings and dinners and so forth. I understand he has a pretty good voice.
Yeah, Joe has an excellent voice, and he can belt out a medley or two often. As the guys tease him.
He performs in some clubs and is quite an accomplished singer. He's a rookie out of Duke who followed Greg Boone in Boone's footsteps at Duke with Steve Spurrier.
Yeah, he also plays the guitar also.
Well, he doesn't have it with him behind Wayne Peace at the moment. This is Blunk, split left. Near side is Ricky Williams, and Wayne Peace will go to the air. His pass is complete to Blunk. Joel Blunk. He's 6'0", 195. He was with the Bandits on their roster briefly through most of the year on the developmental squad. Wayne Peace picks up the first down as they move the sticks. The Bandits have the ball at their own 40-yard line. Wayne Peace completes his pass at the 45. This is Blunk again. That's Ricky Williams over the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. So Wayne Peace is on a roll. Little shovel pass from Peace to Williams as he sent Blunt out of the backfield as a decoy.
But so often they have run that play, and they've attempted 2 or 3 different times with Gary Anderson and, of course, the Booner. But that time it worked beautifully. It's a pass. They both come out, and they just both look up down there. That time went to Blanc, and then Ricky Williams is taking like a little reverse.
From the 43-yard line of Philadelphia, first down. Peace ducks out of one of the defensive linemen's grasp. Scrambling now, trying to get to the sidelines. Just makes it, and he will stop the clock with 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Nice bit of improvisation that time by Mr. Peace, who had his receivers all covered downfield and was almost dropped to the backfield for a loss.
Well, there's one thing about it. When you're back there scrambling and they got your receivers covered downfield, it gets awfully lonely. So you better think of something and think of it quick. And he did. He just ran the sideline and got out of bounds.
Picked up a couple of yards in the process, so they'll spot the ball at the 41-yard line, and it will be 2nd down and 8 for the Bandits, who lead the Philadelphia Stars 14-7. John Reeves, a 10-yard pass to John Brinkman in the first period. Later in that same period, Wayne Peace completing a touchdown pass. The Bandits leading 14-0 going into the second period. Then it was Tim Reardon with a touchdown pass to Victor Harrison, and that's where we are, 14-7. And here's Wayne Peace scrambling. He is going to be nailed for a big loss back in Philadelphia territory at the 41-yard line of the Stars. Rich Dimmler wraps him up. They stop the clock with 4 seconds remaining on the sack.
Dimmler that time with a real good rush. Again, Peace looking down. I think he started to roll a little bit too soon, and when it did, he rolled right into that thrust out there, and Dimmler, of course, just put the hurting on him. Is that a predetermined roll by him, or do you think he came out too soon?
It was a half roll, and Wayne pulled up a little early there, and he couldn't get away from the pursuit from Dimmler.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and extremely long for Tampa Bay. In fact, they need to get to the Philadelphia Star 33-yard line for a first down. So they need 24.
And Randy, I believe there's only 4 seconds to go, so this will be the last play of the half. Wonder if possibly might air it out, Eric. Do you think he'll go deep with it, or do you think he'll just, run a play and run the clock down?
He might have a shot at going deep. I'm looking for the receivers who are in there.
Wayne Peace, the Lakeland native, going most of the first half. John Reeves played the first series. Peace holds the Southeastern Conference career record in passing completion percentage at 62%. Native of Lakeland, projected as a first-round draft choice, but wanted to play closer to home. Signed with the Bandits prior to the start of this season. This is Joel Blunk, the former Duke Blue Devil, still on his feet, dragged down at the 40-yard line of Philadelphia. And that will bring the first half to a close before an appreciative crowd who are giving both teams a very nice hand. On their feet, as a matter of fact. And it has been an entertaining first half, Vic.
It has been, and I think the whole basis of it is that both defenses are not going into a lot of different coverages in the secondary. I think you'll agree that they're basically playing either man coverage or zone coverage, and that's going to open up for you receivers, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
right. Well, Eric Truvillion, Vic Prinzi, and I will be back in just a few moments. We're going to chat a little bit about the experiences we've been having in London, the fun that the team has been having over here, and what it's like to be a guest of the United Kingdom. So stay with us, and we'll be back with our halftime presentation here on Channel 44. The score, the Tampa Bay Bandits 14, the Philadelphia Stars 7. Back live from historic Wembley Stadium in London. And this is Randy Scott along with Vic Prinzi, E.T. Eric Truvillion. Of course, suffered that broken leg in the New Jersey General game. 4 games from the end of the season, has been sidelined ever since, but certainly enjoying his stay here in London with the Tampa Bay Bandits. Eric, for these players, you've been with the players all week. They have come over here. They arrived on Tuesday. And after getting over the jet lag and what have you, they have settled in and really had a lot of fun. You've had a couple of practices, but you've really had a chance to get out and see the sights and enjoy the hospitality of these British people.
Oh, definitely. We've had a wonderful time out here in England, and just seeing the sights and touring and talking to the people in the pubs and on the street. And it's a different way of life, but it's enjoyable, definitely.
It is. You know, soccer has long been the king of sports in not only in England, but in all of Europe and in most of the world. And this field on which the Bandits and Stars are playing here this afternoon is reserved entirely and exclusively for the British Cup finals. I was talking to Kevin Keelan, former goalkeeper for the Tampa Bay Rowdies back in Tampa. He had played in 2 of the British Cup finals on this field, and Kevin was telling me that he got goosebumps when he walked out here because he knows this is really sacred ground.
Yeah, definitely. All the players are aware of the tradition that's behind the stadium, and just the thrill of being a part of this event, coming over and playing.
They can seat just a little over 100,000 here for the Soccer and Rugby Cup finals, and it's really just a tremendous stadium with so much history. And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Vic Prinzi, this is where it was actually constructed for the 1948 Olympics.
Well, I tell you what, that was back in the days when Bob Mathias went on and won a decathon and set a record. It stood for a long time, a world's record. But, you know, Randy, the interesting thing about this stadium is that down close to the field, the first set of bleachers that you look at there, they are, you know, just regular benches like a lot of, you know, football stadiums. Then you get up into the upper level, which is underneath the parch that comes out to keep, I guess, the rain or the sun or whatever. They have regular chairs. But most interesting, in the end zones, where you're looking at now, those are bars for standing, and that whole section, if you buy a ticket to sit there for a rugby match or for a soccer game, you stand the whole ball game, and to me that is just very interesting.
Here, a standing room only seat is really not a bad seat. In fact, in England, it's the norm rather than the exception. Having a great time. You know, Thursday night, the Bandits and the Philadelphia Stars were treated to reception at the American Embassy here in London. And Eric, that too was quite a thrill and quite an honor.
Yeah, both teams got together with virtually everyone that they brought, their parents or wives or whoever, and we got together and had a great time over at the embassy and was treated to an eloquent cocktail dinner and conversation, and we just had a great time.
It's also nice, I'm sure, for the Bandits players to not only get to meet some of the American diplomats here, but to get to meet some of the Philadelphia Stars. You know, these two teams have played. I think this is the 6th meeting between the Stars and the Bandits on the field, but you really don't have a chance to, you know, they're human beings like the Bandits are. You had a little chance to get to know each other.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to them because this is much more of a relaxed atmosphere, and went on some tours with them and just walked the streets with them and built a great camaraderie with them.
And, you know, finally, Eric Truvillion, a point I'd like to make. We've seen some real new Bandit ball here this afternoon, some Bandit ball plays we haven't seen for the first 2 seasons. You've been an integral part of many of these wild and woolly Bandit ball plays. You a little surprised at a couple of the plays you've seen out here today?
A couple of them have surprised me, definitely. In practice, I wouldn't be surprised if when the season gets started again, you'll see some of those incorporated in the game. An exhibition like this gives a chance for a lot of exciting and new plays, and if they work, you'll be able to see them probably during the regular season with the Bandits.
All right, E.T. and Vic Prinzi, this is Randy Scott. A tremendous performance by a marching band from London on the field, and we will return at Wembley Stadium live on Channel 44. Stay with us.